Amazing. I can't get rid of that now because I can't see my mouse. So warm welcome everybody to our gut health workshop. Jade and I are so excited to share with you all everything we know all about gut health. A little bit about me. Some of you I've met, some of you I haven't. I'd love to know in the chat, if you're on here live, how you know me or Jade. Let us know. I've been running my business for 6 years now. We've got like over 500 products with Arbonne, but 50% of our sales come to us through nutrition, and we are both super passionate about the whole nutrition side of things and sharing with you. At the beginning of this year, I decided enough was enough. I had been kind of yo-yoing with the nutrition for a couple of years, losing some weight, putting the weight back on, losing the weight, putting the weight back on. And I just felt I wasn't being authentic to myself. How dare I try and recommend these products when I'm not actually living and breathing them all the time? So I decided that 2022, I was not going to take my foot off the gas. I was just going to be the healthiest version of myself. I did something that we call the 30 Days to Healthy Living Plan. Really, for 90 days, I did it, had huge results. And now I'm on what's called an 80-20 plan, where, 80% of the time I am eating so well, 5 days of the week, and 2 days of the week, if I want a glass of Prosecco or we have a barbecue and I have a burger and a bun, it's okay. But actually, I'd say 6 days of the week I'm eating really, really well, because I just feel absolutely incredible. So that's a little bit about me. I'll hand over to Jade.
Oh, thank you so much. It's so lovely to hear your story. So massive welcome again, everybody. I'm Jade. Just like Carol, really, I think this year was kind of pinnacle. Don't even need to talk about it. The last few years have been kind of quite varied, I suppose, in terms of how we feel emotionally, how we feel physically, our motivation levels, just the circumstances. And I think this year it was time for me to really stake in the ground and make some decisions about what I wanted. I just recently last year had twins, so that was like the final icing on the cake. I've got a family of 4 little boys now, which is amazing. But actually what was happening was, after pregnancy, I was kind of getting back to kind of losing a bit of baby weight, feeling like I got back regularly to where I was, but never really quite got back. And I was just kind of settled. I kind of felt that, A, for my energy, but also B, the way that I felt, and like I wouldn't go and buy clothes and things, because I just didn't feel like I was getting back to how I originally was. And actually 2022 was like, no more stories that like, this is just it, this is how my body is now. It was going back, really, really getting myself back into a state and some great habits. So easy to pick up bad habits when we've got little children around, and lots of temptation. And similar to Carol, I've just really stuck with it. I'm very conscious about really, really running this now on an 80-20 basis, and just loving life. My newfound energy, I feel like I am my best self, not only for me, but also for my kids. So it's really important, if you're listening to this, that actually it's so crucial that you are going to be looking after yourself as number one. It's like that oxygen mask on the flight scenario. We want to be putting ourselves first, because if we don't do those things, we're not at our best for those that need us the most. So I'm excited to talk you through what we've got planned for you today.
Oh, there we go. Is that the right one?
Yes. Okay. I'll start us off, shall I?
Yeah.
Fab. So we really want to talk to you guys about gut health and the importance of what that means in all aspects of you. So it's not just when we think about gut, we think about weight maybe, or various things related to our tummies. It goes far beyond that. And actually what we have is a program that encompasses nutritional products. And there's a reason why this program is put together. And actually the idea of this program is that it really works to rid the body of toxic buildup, which is so important. We also decrease inflammation. And then the final crucial part is healing the gut. And you're going to find out later why that's so important. So before we kind of go any further, I just want to kind of rid any rumours that this is like a diet or like rapid weight loss program. Most of the time when we think of anything like that, we're like deprivation, starvation, like not being able to eat certain things. That absolutely is not the case with this. We really want to just be able to reveal certain foods that could be sabotaging your health and you don't know it today. And also there's no counting calories, which is, we do talk about calories later on, but it's really important that we don't have that mindset to start off with. So the way that I kind of describe this is that every now and again, like your computer, we need to hit that factory reset button. We need to have the MOT. Your car needs that service. Like, that's exactly what this is. So there's 3 things that we do through this kind of factory reset. And the first thing is we reduce the amount of toxins that we're actually putting into our bodies. The second thing is that we increase the amount of toxins that we're eliminating from our bodies. So that sounds great, first of all. And then what we want to do is massively increase this nutritional intake throughout this period, throughout this sort of period of change and complete service to the body. And this is actually designed, if you're listening to this thinking, oh, this sounds too complicated, it's really designed to fit around any busy lifestyle. We've all got busy lives, regardless of your circumstances, so it really fits in easily around that. And actually what we want to be doing is more so, it's a prevention of chronic disease. We're going to increase our energy levels, reduce stress, improve your health, lose any excess weight, which, by the way, we don't like to talk about this as a weight loss program or a weight management program, but it absolutely is a byproduct of what this program, this plan can give you. And then in terms of our actual well-being, we want to enhance our immune system and also improve skin quality.
Can't see the screen.
Gone quiet. I'll carry on. I'll carry on whilst you're figuring out your mouse. So the first thing we want to do is eliminate this toxic buildup. So just a little bit of science into this. Our liver and our kidneys are undoubtedly the 2 main detoxifying organs that we have in our bodies. And actually their main function is to filter litres and litres of blood every single day. They don't stop. So they're really, really important organs. Now, what happens is when our liver and our so there's this constant flow. And more often than not, when our liver basically becomes overloaded with toxins, our organs just can't work as efficiently. Our body just can't eliminate those toxins as quickly. And we start to basically get this buildup of toxins. And what happens is, more often than not, is that your body goes into like protection mode. So your body will go into this mode where it doesn't want those toxins to attack our vital organs like our heart and our brain. So they can be stored but in different ways or eliminated by different methods. So quite often toxins can be stored in fat cells. So to basically protect those vital organs, that's what your body will do. They can also be eliminated through different methods. So through our lungs, they can also be eliminated through our colon, which is not the normal way. So when people are struggling with maybe breathing difficulties or even signs of like increased asthma, that can be a sign of a toxic overload. And also things like our skin, when we've got this overload of toxins, can be eliminated through our skin as well. So when we start to experience problems there, that's when we've got an overload of toxins. So it's really what we want to be doing is slowing down the amount of toxins going in and allowing our detoxifying organs, those liver and kidneys, to really catch up so that actually your body can start to release the toxins in the correct way. So help melt away that fat or whatever it may be to get rid of those toxins. I'll pass back to you, Carol.
Thank you. Sorry, I've got the chat bar on top of the screen, but I can see some things. So I absolutely love this analogy. So the bathtub analogy, and there's so many different ways of explaining this. Everybody's got their own way. I'm going to give you 2 versions. So imagine you've got a bath or a bath, whatever way you say it. And the bath is everyday factors that go on all the time. So it can be, I don't know, you turn the tap on, it could be alcohol, processed foods, environmental factors, stress, medication, all different things that on a day-to-day basis we experience. What happens is sometimes the bath, if you keep filling it up with all those things, will start overflowing. And when it overflows, these will come out in symptoms such as headaches, migraines, acne, bloating, psoriasis, eczema, all different IBS symptoms, all different symptoms could be happening because of all factors that are going on around us. It could be overloading in gluten, wheat, soy, alcohol, dairy, things that we all have on a day-to-day basis that probably we take for granted. The bath is overflowing. You go to the doctor, like most of us do, the GP, and instead of turning off the tap, pulling the plug, which is eliminating all those factors just for a while, they try and mop up the mess with medication. So you've got really bad acne, here's some tablets for it. So they don't switch the bath off and start clearing out to start fresh. They'll start mopping it up with medication. Or another analogy, which I love, Jade did this on one of her TikToks, was, okay, imagine you've got a bath, you've had a bath, and then your husband has a bath in it, you don't change the water, your daughter has a bath in it, your son has a bath in it, you bath the dog in it, like the bath water has been there for a week and it's brown. Okay, it's dirty water. What would most of us do? We'd probably pull the plug, let the dirty water come out, and then refill it with fresh water. We wouldn't stick some liquid in it to try and make that dirty water clear, make it look clean, to keep bathing in it. And with our program, or with our products as well, it's just pressing stop on the tap just for a while, switch off the tap, eliminate all those factors that could be causing us to have symptoms that we didn't even think of, like like gluten, wheat, soy, alcohol, dairy, caffeine. Just stop that just for a while. And we say 30 days, clear out the system and start again. And most of you will be thinking, oh my gosh, if I actually stopped wheat, gluten, soy, alcohol, caffeine, you know, what the hell am I going to do? Well, we replace it with our incredible products and recipes and mindset coaching and all different things like that, and take you along the journey of a full body transformation. We're going to talk a little bit about inflammation. And these products, they just don't serve us. I've touched on them already. I can't see the slide. But most of us, at some point, form in our life, or still, have things like alcohol, caffeine, dairy, wheat, and they're just not serving the way our body is made up. They are the common allergens. So most people, if they go and get an allergy tested for, you know, whatever it is, my son had really bad skin, and I remember he had like a skin prick test, and they tested for wheat, you know, wheat allergy, soy allergy, gluten allergy. Well, what we do is we remove the common allergens just for 30 days to see how you feel. Most people will start to feel amazing, and then we help you reintroduce them if you want to. And then actually, if you were, as an example, someone that was suffering from really bad headaches, you've stripped your diet for 30 days, you're feeling amazing, the headaches are gone, and then you start eating gluten again, and you get the headaches come back, you're going to know what it is that's causing the headaches, and then you can kind of change. Do you want to say anything else on that, Jade? Because I can't see the slide.
No, all I would say is, obviously in this slide, you guessed it well. It was basically listing things that we can't control. So there are obviously certain elements of the body, but actually we can control what we're putting in here, can't we? So just for those 30 days, this is the list of things that we just sort of say remove. And I think initially my first thoughts was like, oh my gosh, what can I actually eat? No bread, no cheese, no milk. I just want to be really clear that actually there's so much more that we can change, and we give you great alternatives. So you're not going to feel that you're going without. And if any of those lists you're thinking, there is no way, because this was me, hands up if this was anyone else, there's no way I'm going a day without a cup of coffee. Like, I kind of have to give you the little, like, soft love punch that actually if we're feeling that way, it's the exact reason why you need to do something like this, because you should not have any addictions, or you shouldn't be relying on things from an outside source to give us that energy or to make us feel better, because actually that's not a great place to be in. Thank you, Carol. I think that's it for that slide. I'll give you a brief if you need me to tell you. Can you see it now?
I can kind of see it, yeah. So chronic inflammation starts in the gut. None of this, I didn't know any of this before I really got interested in gut health and interested in, for example, myself. I've always been bloated ever since I was a child. I remember my daughter's age now, the youngest, she's 8, and sometimes she goes, I wonder if this is what I look like when I'm pregnant, look, the little pot belly. I remember quite easily being able to look pregnant, and I've always been told my whole life, well, you've always had a belly, you've always had a pot belly, and it's kind of they've installed that in me. Well, actually I don't need to have it. It's because really I know gluten doesn't serve me at all, and when I remove gluten from my diet, my belly goes a bit flatter. But there's all sorts of reasons why you should look at cutting some certain things out. So the inflammation can show up in tonsillitis, joint pain, bowel movement, headaches, body pain. We've kind of touched on these already. Arthritis, skin diseases, and the really common ones are the bloating, diarrhea, constipation, and loads of other stuff. Over to you.
Amazing. Yeah. So the gut really is the hub of health, and that's why we're talking about actually what we're putting in, we don't actually have that link, do we, to things we're putting in that are going into our gut that actually does have links to inflammation in the body, like arthritis or joint pain. And it actually does, those have direct links. So why we really want to be healing that gut and looking after it is to have this knock-on effect to loads of other ailments or problems that we might be having at the moment. And actually 80% of our immune system lives in our gut. So in particular, when we think about just being healthy and well and being like on our best self, we have to be thinking, is my gut 100% at its best state? Because that's where we want it to be, to make sure our immune system's there. And actually nearly all skin conditions actually start from within the gut. So if anyone is suffering, Carol mentioned at the start, like dermatitis or psoriasis or acne or any other kind of, and a lot of women actually can start to, and men, start to experience adult acne, particularly around the mouth, and also they can't understand it. And actually that is inflammation. It's inflammation of the gut, it's inflammation of your skin. So we really want to be making sure our skin is looking amazing. And I think Carol glowing there is literally the prime example of what it's to be. She just looks amazing. She looks about...
So do you.
Well, thank you.
I mean, I'm actually 75 years old. I know I look great, but while you're saying that, one of the things I've noticed since January is I'm really happy without makeup. I've never been like that before. So thank you. I feel great.
And also, in terms of other things that are produced in the gut, serotonin. Serotonin's our happy hormone. That's responsible for mood, sexual desire, sleep, memory, appetite. And we used to think that was produced in the brain. It's not. Our gut is actually our second brain. So when you're feeling a bit sad, or when there's a lot of depression and worry and fear in the world today, when most people are going to the doctors, and there's obviously a place, for that, I'm not diagnosing anything, but straight away when we are feeling a little bit off colour, do we think, oh, I wonder if that's my gut? Because we don't, do we? We don't think that. And actually it really is produced there. So yeah, nearly all brain cells are influenced by serotonin. So getting our gut in shape is so important.
I'm just going to try something to see if I can get rid of this. No, it didn't work. Stand by. Right. Okay, we'll keep going.
Okay, next slide. So have a look at this. I want you to be really honest with yourself and look at this list here and really think about actually what things do you perhaps suffer with today. So what about digestive complaints, any nausea, sickness? What about migraines and headaches? Have they become more frequent lately? Are you feeling more tired and just lack of energy and feeling quite sluggish? Do you struggle with any weight gain or struggle with certain tough areas of weight that you can't shift, particularly like say around our middle? What about poor concentration, brain fog, mood swings, PMS, and heightened allergies at the moment? Do you suffer with more breathing difficulties or asthma, or getting lower back pain, joint pain? Having cravings for junk food is actually a thing. Wouldn't it be nice if we were actually craving foods that we know served us and we really wanted to eat them? Things like constipation, diarrhea, bad breath are all signs that we have this toxic overload in the body, that your body needs this reset. So really, I was like, oh, I didn't need to do this. But actually, when I looked at this list, I was like, being honest, there was more than, I was counting it more than on one hand. There was more than 5 things that were on that list that I was dealing with at the time. But the thing is, what I did was I started to accept that as my new normal. And I think when we start getting older and we start hitting a certain ages, we just put up with things, don't we? We just sort of accept that that's it, that's a bit of old age, or that's what's going to be coming. And it's not, I'm kind of like saying this from a passionate point because I felt the change myself. It's not the right way. We absolutely should be feeling at optimum level all the time. Granted, age has something to do with it, but with this plan, you really, really start to feel how we should be feeling all the time. Thank you, Carol. Do you want me to do this one?
The chat bar's right on top of it.
So just to reiterate, but I was talking at the start about whether this is a diet and what it is. There, in no part of this program do we eliminate. So what diets tend to do, if you've done any in the past, put them in the comments. Most diet groups will be like, we eliminate carbs or we don't have fats or anything like that. With the program, it's really important that we are having a full balanced plate. So we have proteins, we have carbohydrates, we have the healthy fats, we have the greens, and that's because we should be eating all of those things. It's just really understanding the right proportions. So with this is a cleanse versus a diet. So dieting basically is calorie cutting, cutting out certain foods, and yet, it can result in quick fat loss, which is great. But actually what happens is the toxic density, you can see, hasn't been eliminated. The toxins are still there. So as soon as that person goes back to doing certain things, it quickly rebounds. And that's when you find people are doing this yo-yo dieting effect. Whereas with a cellular cleanse, we're really cleansing the body on this like cellular basis. We're going deep in, really cool, like getting your organs and everything back to how it should be, back to equilibrium. And then what that does is remove the toxins from the body, and it creates this, like melts away the excess fat, and it just creates this like nutritional balance, so that actually your body remains, you keep holding on to those results, and you really understand what's serving your body. So we're not going back to that state filled with toxins.
Is this the right slide? Yeah. Okay. I could listen to you all night, Jade. Isn't she great? So the Arbonne ADVANTAGE, basically, with our brand, with everything in mind that's just been said, we kind of are so proud of what we don't contain. So you can see the list here in front of you, but again, bearing in mind that our company is over 40 years old, the founder had in mind his vision for this 40 years ago was everything that we're talking about. So it's almost like he was so advanced, knowing what people needed. The thing I love, really, really proud of, is that we're B Corp. So really, wherever you're shopping at the moment, you should be trying to look for B Corp companies. And if you're not sure what B Corp means, then just Google it. We've always been vegan certified, and whether you eat meat or you don't eat meat, it's just not great to be tested on animals. If it can't be tested on a human volunteer, I'd just stay clear of the product. We're non-GMO, low glycemic, 100% recyclable, and many other stamps. And we're just going to talk to you very quickly about our nutrition range. So everything that we've said about gut health, if you've been feeling any of those symptoms and you're thinking, okay, I had no idea, the first thing you could do is just eliminate those things just for 30 days. You don't even have to do this plan. You can contact Jade or myself or whoever invited you onto this call and just ask for some top tips on what to do next, and we'd be more than happy to coach you through. When we do remove all the common allergens, again, like the wheat, the soy, the gluten, the alcohol, the caffeine, I keep missing one out, we replace it with these products to make sure that you are getting a really well balanced diet. The gut health on the top left has the prebiotics, probiotics and active enzymes. It's continuously feeding the good bacteria in your gut. As Jade has said, everything stems from the gut. So if you could just do one thing, and that's really nurture your gut with the prebiotic, then you need to talk about gut health or ask about gut health. The tea is incredible. Got mine still here from this morning. It's got dandelion extract, which is a natural dietetic. It's incredible for your liver. It's so cleansing. And then you'll see our protein is pea, rice and cranberry protein. It's got over 20 essential vitamins and minerals. And I like to talk about the protein like we use it as flour in our house. We're a family of 5. I've got 3 children. And we use it for cooking. We make protein pancakes, protein balls, protein waffles, smoothie bowls, all sorts of things. I add protein into the porridge because I love the fact that the children will get over 20 essential vitamins and minerals, or you can drink it. Again, with any of these, if you were interested in one product or all of them, we would give you recipe ideas and guides on how to use it. The fizz sticks are the replacement of coffee. So again, we would recommend you try and just cut out caffeine just for 30 days. And this can be sometimes difficult for some people, but other people find it easy. If you've never done it, just see how amazing you feel in 30 days time if you cut out the caffeine. And if you're thinking, what am I going to do? We have these things called energy fizz sticks. They have got vitamin B12 in them, which most of us lack. Chromium, which helps stabilize your blood glucose levels. 50 milligrams of naturally derived plant-based caffeine. So when you go to a coffee shop and you have a cup of coffee, normally it's synthetic, fake chemical coffee. Even if you see some coffee beans in the background, they're not real coffee beans. They're made up coffee beans to look like coffee beans. And you'll have the cup of coffee, and it's normally it's made with chemicals because they're not freshly ground beans from the ground. you have a really, really fast rush, which will make you feel awake. And then you have a really fast slump and you feel like rubbish and you want another coffee. Our fizz sticks, because it's natural caffeine, keep you high for much longer and give you a really slow low, meaning you don't need as many. Again, tea bags, have a look at what your tea bag is made of. If you've not researched it, so many tea bags are actually made of plastic. So when you're drinking in the chemicals. And again, that might be giving you symptoms that you didn't realize it was actually the tea. So just have a look at what your products are made of. We have a 7-day cleanse on the bottom left, which loads of us are on day 4 of at the moment. If you want a shift, then the 7-day cleanse is what you need to look at. It's incredible. It doesn't have you run into the toilet every 2 seconds. It's a very gentle cleanse and gives you very healthy loo visits. And we do love loo talk. So if you have any problems with going to the toilet, message one of us. We can talk in depth about different types of stools. And then we have the greens balance, which has got over 37 fruit and veg, all different colours of the rainbow. It's impossible to get that many vegetables on your plate. Fruit and vegetables at the moment aren't the same as what they used to be when we had our own vegetable patches in our garden, growing our potatoes and growing our beetroot and growing whatever it was, and taking them from the ground and cooking them. You know, you can buy strawberries in January. Like, has anyone ever thought the nutritional value in that strawberry? I mean, they don't even taste nice. They're starting to taste nice now, aren't they? I don't know if you noticed in the supermarkets, because you can tell they're a lot fresher. You're not going to be getting the nutritional value that we used to. I don't know the real statistics, but an orange, something like 50 years ago, to get the equivalent of the vitamin C in that orange, you'd have to have like 10 or something. So 1 scoop of the greens gives you all of that. And then we've got fibre. Most of us don't have enough fibre. Fibre helps get things moving as well. Let me just shut the door because husband's just got back, so I don't need to listen out for the kids. So the fibre helps get things moving as well. So yeah, it's just all amazing. And we have all different types of packages or individual items that we can help you with. Sample day. I mean, everyone's day looks a bit different. One thing, when I decided to do this for myself, it was for weight loss in January, and just general health. I realized that actually in the past, when I tried to lose weight, I wasn't eating enough. I didn't realize at the time. I started really blogging and logging what I was eating. I exercise a lot, and I realized that I actually needed to eat about twice as much as I was of the good stuff, and then my body just started losing the weight. So how amazing does that sound to any of you? Eat more and lose weight. This is what this plan did for me. You have full accountability. If anyone has an Apple Watch and you're coached by me, I can sync my Apple Watch. It tells me when you've done workouts. You get loads of accountability, and as well with Jade as well, if you've got like stepper, or we could say to you, start tracking your steps. But you have a breakfast, a lunch, an evening meal, and it can be in any form you want. We can tweak it to you. My husband's a shift worker. He does this full plan on shifts. So, it can be designed and tweaked for anyone. Thank you, Jade.
Amazing. Thank you. So let's just summarise exactly what the programme gives you. So Carol just went through all of those amazing products, which, by the way, they come as this package as part of the plan. They can be purchased or bought individually. I know she mentioned about the 7-day cleanse, but actually what we want to do is we're going to teach you the things we want to remove, and then we're going to show you how we increase our nutritional intake. And if any of you are thinking, supplements, I used to be like, why do I need supplements? What's the point? Eat food. Just as Carol said, that actually we don't get the right amount of vitamins and minerals. And whilst our body is going through this huge change, not huge change, but this shift, this MOT, it's really amazing that we can really heighten the amount of nutrients going in and nutrition through this 30-day period. So what else do we give you? Carol's just mentioned about food and how we tailor the plans. That's exactly what you get. It's not just a load of products and we tell you what to remove. You get daily coaching. Somebody's literally telling you exactly, to tailor in the plan to fit around you, to fit around your lifestyle, where to fit in your meals. You get so many meal plans and recipes, vegan, non-vegan, absolutely, they are amazing. You get all your shopping list. There's also within the group exercise plans, and you get access to our morning mindset workshop. So not only are we just sort of telling you physically the the mechanics of what we're going to be doing, we really want to be working about the deeper levels. So there's a lot of things to do with emotional eating. Also, in terms of habits, like habitual patterns form a massive part of whether we're going to be successful or not. And that's why we do this for 30 days. This isn't just like a fad thing, like have a tablet for 5 days, you're going to lose the weight and feel better. It's a process. And actually it takes around 21, 22 days for a new habit to be instilled and to cancel out old ones. So that's why we really want you to have long lasting results. It's not like getting to the end and you want to go back to, you don't want to go back because you've already created a new habit and a new way of living. And you've got the accountability and community. How many of us have started something on a Monday? Why we always do it on a Monday, I don't know. Like every day is still good enough, but it's always like on Monday, and then we get to Thursday and we like fall off the wagon and we're like, oh, don't worry, I'll start again on Monday. Like, no, what we do is we start this day one together. We hold hands. We literally talk you through day 1 to day 30. And the best thing is everyone's in the same boat. Everyone is literally starting the plan together and we work through it. And you know, when you know there's like a deadline, although this is a lifestyle change, but in your head, we're like, there's 30 days, I can do this. I'm on day 1, I'm on day 11, we're on day 16, and we're all cheering each other on. You start to feel amazing, and you know that actually within 30 days, you're going to have huge results. It's not like I might have huge results. I might be okay. You will have huge results in all aspects of how you feel and look, which is amazing because it really is 30 days in the grand scheme of things of your life. The rest of your life will be thanking you for how you feel and the benefits you're going to be making to your body and your health. And then obviously after the 30 days is up, we can show you, it's like the coaching you afterwards, how to reintroduce foods back. And I know for Carol and I, we don't just chuck you, see you later, go and crack on. We've got people in our accountability groups. We're still sending motivation. They still get on our like mindset workshops in the morning, part of the community. So you're not left. And it really is sort of bringing you in to know that we've got you covered and we've got you back. And look at this. There's some before and afters of me and Carol. It's very difficult to show visually, obviously, other benefits that aren't just physical weight loss, but you can clearly see as a byproduct, Carol and I have had huge transformations, and that was within a 30-day PR. Yours was
mine was 90 days. Yeah,
90 days. I think I can't remember which ones this one was, but I've got loads of before and afters now. Might have been 30, might have been a bit longer, but in terms of the things you don't see, it is the increase of energy. I'm waking up at 5:30 every single day to go to the gym because actually I'm more motivated now because of the way I feel. I'm not having a nanny nap in the afternoon, like before the school run. I'm ready to go, and I'm working my business at night, and I'm feeling and glowing in my best self. They're the things that you can't put on a photo before and after, but hopefully you can hear my passion because it's completely changed my life.
Oh, okay.
And that's it.
Oh, my mouse has just come back.
After all that. Did you want to close, Carol? I've talked for too long.
No, you haven't at all. Thank you, everybody, for coming on. I'm so sorry about the technical issues. We had technical issues last time as well. Next one is going to be amazing. If you've got any questions, please just contact the person who sent you this link if you're watching back on recording or kind of invited you in. Please don't ever think that there's a silly question, even if it's quite a personal question. You know, we've been quite tame on this call today, but we will talk about anything you want. So any kind of symptoms, you can just say to, ask us, is there anything that can help that? And we'll just coach and guide you through. Our business is run by word of mouth referral. So if anything you've heard you think could help someone, please do either share this video with them or kind of tell us directly, because we would absolutely love to get in touch. And thank you all so much for coming on.
Thank you, everybody. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.